In this video, we are gonna draw a wisteria tree with brushes from Urban Art Kit. I have a whole playlist where you can see what else you can do with them. I have imported the canvas and crop it to 4000 by 5000 pixel size. I will use the vintage preset, color burn set to 100 and linear burn to 60%. The color codes for this palette I'm using is in the description. And here you can see the brushes we will use. I will start with the wet bandit brush and light brown color. Every new thing I will draw will be on a new layer under the paper texture. So first you want to draw the tree trunk, like these squiggly lines. Don't worry if they overlap, just make the tree trunk look how you want it to look. I want to smudge out some of the overlap, and I will be using smudge body with a tiny size, and I won't be very precise with the smudging, but just so it is not in your eyes, the overlap. And then I decided to make it more saturated, duplicated the layer and turned the opacity down and merged the layers together. Then with the creamy pencil and the darker brown on a new layer. You can also do this on the same layer, but I like to do them this way. I will darken the outlines of those little trees. So some of them will be behind, some will be forward. This is like a roughly sketching style. Just like swish, 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 and you will have a nice looking outline. And then after I have finished with the dark brown, I will also add some highlights on the tree. And I will pick the light brown and then make it lighter. And then also just swish, swish, swish over some of the parts of the tree trunk. And then the tree trunk will look very dimensional. And now the fun part can begin. But first I want to move my tree a bit to the right because it's too much in the center for me. So I selected both layers for the tree and moved the tree to the right. So now on a new layer with droplet splash and light green color, I will choose a big size for the brush. I am just adding the first leaves. So the brush will do its thing. You just want to press down. If you press harder, it will make a bigger splash. And also play around with the brush size. Smaller size will be more detailed. Bigger size will give these random blobs. So make this kind of tree shape. Then I will do the same on a new layer on top with this light pink purple color. Also first I will start with big brush size to make like bigger blobs of color, and then reduce the size to smaller and make some detailed blobs of color. Next, I want some middle color. So I'm using the same brush, but I made this light pink a bit more saturated and adding bits of blobs here and there. So like randomly choose where you adding the color. Now on a new layer and with a really small size, like 2%, and with the darker purple color, I will make the wisteria flower, like those hanging flowers. So make this shape like they are hanging from the tree down. At the top it is bigger and it goes down to really small. You can play around with the pressure you are adding when you are drawing. So if you add less pressure, the brush will get like thinner. And I also add some lighter wisteria flowers. Pretty much the same thing. Adjust the brush size how you want and then draw the flowers. And at the end I also want to add smaller wisteria plants with the first light pink color. And then of course we need to add dimension for the greenery. So the last thing, I am adding the darkest green from the palette, also with a really small size, just here and there some drops of color, so it will look like a dimensional leaves. Then on a new layer, I will add some splatters. I am choosing the first one, also play around with the size. Bigger stamp size will give you a bigger splatter. And I will use light pink, darkest pink, well, purple, light green and dark green splatters. To make it look like it's sunlit, I will add a new layer and change the blend mode to add. And with white color, I will drop in 2 stamps of the splatter. And it will add this nice pop of sunlight. Then I also, with creamy pencil, will do some scribbles with green and purple in the tree. Also add some grass, some flowers on the ground. Here you can go how detailed you want. And basically that's it. You have finished your Wisteria Tree. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And if you decide to share your artwork on social media, please tag me so I can see it. Makes me really happy to see your artworks. And that's it. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.